Are you dealing with emotional walls? Do you want to know how to get your child to open up to you? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all about parenting, family communications, building good relationships, and I do that through the lens of self-government. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to get those bonds a little bit closer together. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a personal story about my life and emotional walls, and then I'm going to share with you several tips that you can use to help your child bond to you and to break down some of those emotional barriers. I've always had really good relationships with my children. I have 4 children of my own. But I did take in foster children for a number of years. In fact, I took in like 12 foster children in the period of 4 years. They were all between the ages of 12 and 18 years old. And those foster children were in the habit of not letting anybody in. So step number 1 was trying to work with these foster children, trying to get in to their hearts, into their minds, so that I could even have an impact to help them solve some of those issues that they came to my home for. I did treatment care, which was high-level foster care. I was trying to give them treatment for some of the things they were dealing with so that they could move to a lower level of care. So how did I reach them? How did I help them break down some of those emotional walls so that they would open up to me? Well, I had an experience in my own life that laid the foundation for that. When I was in my own teenage years, I did not get along with my parents. My parents tried and tried. I'm pretty sure I gave them all of their gray hairs because I would just fight. I was a strong-willed power struggler, and they tried power struggling with me in order to stop me. But that was only going to last for so long. Well, there was a point in my life where a very caring neighbor said to me, "Nicholeen, have you ever thought of just saying okay to your parents?" I did not think that that would do me any good. And because I was so strong-willed, I decided to prove my neighbor wrong. So I went home and started saying okay and being okay every time they told me to do something or not to do something. And guess what happened? My neighbor was right. My relationship totally changed. The openness came back into our lives, and we started having good, deep talks and experiences that have led to a life full of friendship and love between me and my parents. But it also taught me that in my family, I was not going to try to beat things into my children or my foster children. I needed to teach them how to say okay and be okay, and I needed to teach them how to talk openly with me. So this is what I want to talk about today. Tip number 1, create deep talk times with your child. So I call these, in the Teaching Self-Government parenting model, parent counseling sessions. These are special times where you talk one-on-one with your child about a specific issue that they might be facing. So if your child maybe is having a hard time opening up to you or allowing you in, they're putting up emotional walls, you might want to just, when you're on a ride with them in the car sometime, or maybe sometime when you've decided to take them out to lunch on a little special date, or maybe you're on a hike, something, you just kind of say, you know, I've been thinking about our relationship a lot, and I feel like that we want things for our relationship that probably aren't happening. What do you want our relationship to be like in the future, maybe just 5 years in the future? How do you want it to feel? And then let them tell you. If they've put up enough walls long enough, they may have decided they want nothing to do with you. So don't be shocked if they say, I want you to leave me alone. I want to live my life. Then you can say, okay, that's good to know, because I think you should live your life. I certainly don't want to be in control of your life 5 years from now. So this is what I want out of our relationship. So now you're going to explain what you want out of the relationship. And then say, we've got to make a plan for how we can get that relationship. I want to just tell you one thing. Did you know that if you learned one skill and used it called following instructions, and you really did it all the time, or you just said okay and decided to be okay when I told you to do things or not, that I would actually let you do a lot more things? I would trust you more. That would increase my trust in you. And you would probably get a lot more freedom and perks. Ooh, now their interest is piqued. Wait, perks? Freedom? What? I never thought mom or dad would want me to have more freedom, more perk. I thought they were oppressing me. So tell them. Tell them how to get the things that they want. And then make a plan for it in these deep meetings. So number one, start with just having a time where you just talk to them about one thing, not everything under the sun, not all the problems. Don't plan for the whole life, just for the relationship at first. And then after that, maybe they have an honesty problem, or rather a dishonesty problem. Then maybe next time you have a little talk with them, you'll talk about that. We need to be patient as parents and not try to solve it all in one blow. We need to, one thing at a time, give them one skill at a time, what they need. I've got more tips for you, but before I get to those, share this video with a friend. Think of how many people that you know, whether they've told you or not, have children that might be putting up these emotional walls and not letting their parents in. People are struggling. This is truly an epidemic. Share this video now. Tip number 2, don't take things personally. So remember I said, if they said they don't want anything out of your relationship, don't take it personally. No matter what you're dealing with, no matter which issue you're wanting to talk about with your child, whatever they say about it, don't take it personally. This means that when you feel something like, oh, that wasn't very nice of them to say, or they don't seem to care about that, you have to have a thought prepared in your mind where you say to yourself, they don't understand where I'm coming from completely. They don't have a plan for their life completely. I need to not take this personally. Or just think, don't take it personal, drop the subject. Meaning, drop the subject in your own head. We can do that. And if we can drop the subject and not take it personally, number 1, they can't power struggle with us and control us. But number 2, they actually see that we are about more than trying to just fight and control them. And they need that message. One thing I told my children years ago that I really felt it was an important thing to share with them is I said in a special talk time with them, maybe we were on a little trip together or something, and I looked at them and sincerely just said, you know that I love you no matter what, right? No matter what you do, no matter if you think that I will think you've made a mistake or made a wrong choice or anything. You know I love you no matter what, right? That doesn't mean that I'll condone whatever choice you made or tell you it was a good one, but I will always love you. So don't ever tell yourself that I wouldn't love you or that I would kill you if, or no way, I am here for you forever. They need to know that. Do you know they are craving that more than anything else? They want someone. They want a person to lean on and be part of. And the most natural person is you because you've been there all the way along. And they're turning against you because they think maybe philosophically they don't agree with you or religiously they don't agree with you or something like that. But in the end, it's the bond and attachment that they need way more than your religious views and philosophical views. They need you. And you've got to tell them you'll be there no matter what, even if you don't always agree. When you don't affirm every single decision that they make, you may think that that shows that you're not being supportive. It's not. It shows that you're constant. It shows that you have confidence in what you know to be true. It shows you're a good leader. You don't need to attack them for their views. You don't need to debate them all the time. But you hurt them if you don't stay constant in your own values, principles, beliefs. They need to know you are not going to change. So one of the really common things today is that children will say, well, you need to change to think this way like me. If you change this part about you, then we can be friends. And they try to wear people down. They try to introduce the parents again and again to trying to change. But the parent does not actually help the child to change. Then the child becomes the parent, and the parent's passive, and they've lost all influence with the child. And then when the child struggles, there's no one there to pick them up and help them. There's no confident leader left. So stay constant in what you believe. Be firm, but be loving too. Another tip I have is that you need to talk openly, okay? Which means that we're not going to tiptoe around certain issues. What does that mean? How do I talk about certain issues with my child without offending them? Well, you need to just say, hey, listen, I'm always going to say it with you straight. I'm going to tell it to you like it is or like I see it. And so I will always talk openly. I will not judge you if you have any differing opinion. In fact, I want to know it. But I'm not going to baby you and walk on eggshells and tiptoe around feelings. That does not create a safe environment. That creates an environment where every person is a victim. And I don't think that that's very healthy. We need to have good civil discourse happening within our family. And if we can have it here, then hopefully you can prepare to have it everywhere else, even if people don't agree with you. Make sure that you actually do understand. If you're asking them, hey, tell me, because I really want to know, I really want to understand. Make sure that you do. Ask questions. Repeat some of the things back to them. Oh, so you're saying this, this, this. Yeah, that's right. And don't forget that when all is said and done, you do not have to take any of their views personally. Okay? So maybe you get that full understanding. You ask those questions. They give you more information and you don't like it. You're not required to say anything. I was at a group the other day and there was one person who said something to another person that was very pointed, almost to the point of like embarrassing, and the other person just sat there. They didn't answer it or say anything, because they knew that was not a direction the conversation should go. And I thought, that's wisdom. That's wisdom. So if they're shooting things back at you, look at them. Think, I love you. But you don't have to agree or necessarily say anything back. Just say, thank you for telling me that. And then make sure that you don't take it personally. Even if you see them going further away from your values sometimes, which can happen before they turn around, maintain that constancy for them. They need it. This has been a lot of information and you have stayed with me all the way to the end. And since you have, I have a free gift for you. In the description below this video, there is a link to something called the Calm Parenting Toolkit. I think the link is teachselfgov.com/toolkit, something like that. That toolkit has 10 lessons in it for how to improve your calmness and how to help them be calm too, so you can stay calm while you're helping them get calm all at the same time. It will significantly improve your communication with each other. So click on that link now and you can have my Calm Parenting Toolkit for free.